I now owe a serious apology to Curse of Bigfoot. I'm sorry, Curse of Bigfoot. I did not know that you were just the tip of the iceberg. I did not know that in doing Sasquatch Week, not only was I gonna find a collection of seriously some of the worst movies I've sat through, but one of which comes at a close second to being just as bad as Nuki. I now believe that Sasquatch exists because only Sasquatch could shit something out like this. If Nuki and To Catch a Yeti fucked, I'm pretty sure it would bring about the Antichrist. Not only do I believe that Sasquatch and Yetis exist, but God now exists too, because this movie is the true spawn of fucking hell. And if hell exists, then so does heaven, Satan, and God.
Dearest Cinema Snob, I don't know if you're already aware.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I am not getting into a semantics argument on To Catch a Yeti. Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yetis, who fucking cares? No one should have to sit through this goddamn movie, no matter what kind of theme week they're doing. No, don't even show the opening credits. We need to get through this fucking thing as quick as possible. It shows you how fucked up any kind of ratings board is that would pass this off as a PG. If you show this goddamn thing to your kids, be prepared for them to never talk to you again. Why don't you just watch something that's more appropriate for family viewing, like Basic Instinct 2. Mild violence my ass. When I get my hands on the people who made this, the violence is gonna be anything but mild. New World, what the fuck? Think less Death Race 2000 and more whatever the hell they found in the dumpster behind their offices. I'm sorry, I thought we were watching a movie, not something that looks like a knockoff of Oregon Trail.
The bite of the wind is like a slap in the face. A legend of horror lurks in the haze. It's Bigfoot.
What the fuck is going on? I don't know if this is a movie or crazy images inside of a man's head after he's done too much opium.
When we catch this Yeti, I'm set for life.
No, you're not, Meatloaf. You'll still have to embarrass yourself on a reality show hosted by the world's biggest troll, Donald Trump, and even that is less embarrassing than appearing in this movie. Seriously, this is the same decade you were in Fight Club. And how fucking tall is he supposed to be in this movie? All you need to know is that he wants to catch a Yeti. You know, like in the title. That explains the whole plot. Ooh, I'm sorry, am I talking over this sweet tune?
Bigfoot's on the prowl.
It's rare that I hear someone belch the movie's theme song.
For hundreds of years, this legend has grown. At the top of the world, it's the Yeti that's known.
Or, you know, on the side of the world, in the Himalayas. I hope they get lost and start eating each other. I hear ketchup goes great with meatloaf. I have 88 minutes of this movie left. I would rather just watch the movie 88 minutes.
You make one mistake and I'll have your guts for dinner, son.
You know, for kids! And without any build-up, here's your fucking Yeti, soon to be enjoyed by 5-year-olds, unprepared for when it'll give them nightmares as an adult. This looks like the monkey from Dead Alive fucked a Furby. Oh shit, catch him, he's getting away! Ah, good, he's sledding. I know what happens next. Got him! I would apologize for showing a clip from a better movie, but every clip I show on here will be from a better movie. And why would you want to catch that? It seems really annoying. Didn't South Park do an episode about this? Sorry, what was Meatloaf's name again?
Where'd you go, Mr. Grizzly?
Please, Mr. Grizzly was my father's name. He disowned me after this movie. And his assistant's name is Blubber. Ha ha ha. Oh hey, Low Rent Riggs and Murtaugh. As silly as Lethal Weapon 4 was, I would expect them to fight a Yeti in their next feature.
You really sure he's a Yeti, Mr. Grizzly?
If the soundtrack were farting in my ear, I'd be laughing too. Mr. Grizzly is looking for footprints, and he's in luck, because look, there's a shit ton of them from the crew and previous takes. An airplane flies ahead, and he just simply knows that the Yeti is on board, which he is, so I guess that makes Mr. Grizzly a fucking psychic. Dad makes it home to his family, and you know it's a 90s kids movie when the interior of the house is so white that every room looks like a padded wall in an insane asylum. The daughter leaves pie for her dad outside the shower because, sure, that's easier than leaving it on the kitchen table or in the fridge. But soon they find the Yeti.
Mom, Dad!
What is it? What happened?
My present, it escaped!
So did my ability to give good line delivery. This movie is to Harry and the Hendersons what Aliens in the Family was to Third Rock from the Sun. Best feed the little fella.
Guess he doesn't like frankfurters.
Maybe it's a vegetarian.
Or maybe he just doesn't like raw hot dogs. Apparently 2 villains aren't enough. We also need the big bads to be the Howls from Gilligan's Island.
So they do exist. Thank goodness for that.
How is it that the clearly drunk actor that they need to prop up into the shot isn't Meatloaf? Turns out Meatloaf is being hired by Scrooge McFuck to catch a Yeti for his spoiled brat son.
You'll have it soon, son.
I better. I don't. I'm gonna make your lives hell.
If he doesn't get the Yeti, he'll just ask for Pee-wee's bicycle or a golden egg from a chocolate factory. If the geek was for people who want to fuck Bigfoot, this one is for people with a Yeti foot fetish.
He said he was hunting a Yeti.
Are you serious?
A Yeti?
Well, that's what he said.
I mean, isn't that just a myth?
What? It's sitting right on your fucking table!
So if they do exist, who's to say what they look like?
But they must be large. Don't they leave giant footprints in the snow?
Giant footprints, huh? You mean like those?
No, look at his face.
I don't know, honey. He doesn't look well.
That's because if he plays dead, he'll escape from this thing.
Please eat it.
I think he's cooling down already.
Wait, is he really dead? Just like Mac and Me was with Coke, this one is a giant commercial for mashed potatoes. Also, this is a Pepsi family, goddammit. This is a fantastic sleeping spot for the Yeti. Too bad your fridge is gonna burn out come morning.
This is a mess, you know that.
Didn't you hear him?
Well, he probably wanted a snack.
A snack, honey. He's eaten half the house.
He's been everywhere.
Oh, and he ate everything. But I thought he was a vegetarian.
How'd you get so much food on your face?
Because he spent the whole night eating everything. Now she teaches him about movie filler.
This is Noel the troll, Dave the dog, Jareen, Danielle, Bobo the bear, Greener the gorilla.
Great, because this movie is so short on time, let's name each and every one of your fucking toys. I think I've seen this movie before. It was about a giant snake and had Pierre Kirby spliced into it. And that was still a better movie than this. Speaking of names, I guess we should name this thing.
I used to have a toy dog with big floppy ears and big brown eyes like yours. His name was Hank. I'm gonna call you Hank too.
Hank. What's hard to believe is that the Yeti is not the most annoying thing about this movie. This movie is going out of its way to make you want to climb the tallest building in the world and jump off.
You'll be okay, won't you?
Yep, Hank's no problem.
Hank?
Hank?
Yes. Hank! Boy, it's gonna take him forever to...
That's them!
Oh, sweet, that was fast. How is this movie 90 minutes long? They found out that the hiker who the Yeti went home with is named Dave. Great. Since the character in this movie's name is Dave, that means I am now obligated to hate everyone named Dave. Sorry, Daves. Are they the best of friends yet?
We go out there to ski. What's the matter, Hank? Is it the mountains?
Isn't it obvious that he needs to shit out the rest of the script? Doesn't really matter what Meatloaf would or wouldn't do for love, because he said yes to catch a Yeti. And for a kid's movie, he's surprisingly intense in this. He gives a pre-Christopher Walken in the Country Bears Christopher Walken performance.
I met Dave in Nepal. He was climbing. And he told me that anytime I was in town just to come on into the store. So I did, hoping to find him.
The problem is that no one else recognizes how crazy he is.
I should probably go on up to the house and see his wife, Kate.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. The address slips my mind, though.
Oh, no problem. It's Summerhaven number 634.
Good one, lady. You just got your friends raped and murdered. This is gonna be very scary.
You still want to go outside, don't you? Well, we shouldn't really.
Oh, bravo on that scene. Let's do something. On second thought, let's not. What is with Meatloaf's fluctuating size? One minute he's bigger than any Bigfoot I've seen on Sasquatch Week, and then in the next he's normal size. Since Meatloaf got passed up for this David Fincher movie, he's gonna be in his own version of Panic Room.
They're gone out to see your wife.
You gave them my address?
Good, someone recognizes how stupid that was.
She's out there all by herself, you know.
Okay, now whose fault is that? Run, little girl that I don't care about, run!
Little kids shouldn't play in the rain.
Oh boy, that would be a good line if it were raining outside. Dave needs to get to the I'm Not Tim Matheson convention fast. Oh crap, if only this house had an alarm system. Meatloaf gets away with the Yeti, leaving everyone sad.
She's gonna be okay. She's a little shaken, but she'll be fine.
How could they know it was here?
He's a Yeti. They even said he was a Yeti.
Oh, but those are a myth, don't you remember? Like ninjas. Damn, they're never gonna find him.
Here's the address.
What the fuck? This movie is a series of events working out conveniently fine. Hopefully, the cops can help.
An alert for stolen Yeti? The guys at headquarters would kill themselves.
But they broke in here, terrorized Amy, and took him by force.
An illegal animal, Kate. Imported illegally.
So that makes breaking and entering perfectly legal, or stealing their property. Plus, whether you believe in Yetis or not, there's still a wild animal on the loose. The little girl escapes to find Hank herself, and she goes to the perfect place for a child to travel alone, a Greyhound bus.
Oh, Dave, Amy's alone in New York.
No, listen, we'll do something. Please just calm down, all right?
It's been 5 minutes. The bus probably hasn't left yet. Meanwhile, Montana Menendez is up to his usual tricks.
What's right?
I'm sorry, did he just murder the maid?
I can't take much more of this. That's the 5th maid we've lost in 3 months.
Seriously, did he fucking kill her?
2 electrocutions, a nervous breakdown, a skateboard concussion, and multiple injuries from a piranha in the bath.
So your son is a serial killer. Why are we giving him animals to play with?
Wesley wanted a monster with a horrible temper and a thirst for blood.
Great, so he wanted something that would kill him? What the fuck is wrong with this kid? Nothing that an unnecessarily intense Meatloaf can't solve.
How can we be sure it really is a Yeti?
Because I'm Big Jake Grizzly.
See, he at least knows it's not a grizzly, or the movie Big Jake.
Man-eating monsters that prowl the Himalayas? They don't exist. But a Yeti? A Yeti exists. And that, right there, that's a Yeti.
According to him, Hank is the only one left in the world, meaning he's an extinct species, so that's fucking depressing. Whatever, the only bright spot of this movie is Meatloaf threatening bratty kids and harming them.
I'll throw you across the room.
You idiot!
I gotta admit, that part I liked, which is more than I could say about anything in Nuki. I'm just gonna say it, Meatloaf is too good of a dish for this movie. And I love it when a climax feels like it's happening only 38 minutes into the movie. Damn, such a big city, they are never gonna find...
Sweetheart, thank goodness you're all right.
What are the odds? Seriously, what are the fucking odds? This movie is just Gremlins crossed with both the toy and the smell of George Hurst's rotted ass. The maid lets them in before she too is inevitably murdered, and the dad distracts them while the others find Hank.
United States Customs Service, Manhattan Division. Name's Callahan, Harry Callahan.
If you're Harry Callahan, then why are you talking like Ken Wall from Wise Guy? Don't mind me, I just like seeing this kid get punched some more. No, the Warriors can use Nowhere to Run. Bringing Out the Dead can use Nowhere to Run. Not To Catch a Yeti! And they're using that magic kind of money that just continually floats through the air for the rest of eternity. I don't know how they magically got downtown, or why the daughter ran off by herself again. Boy, are Bruce Wayne's parents gonna be pissed.
They forced their way in here and assaulted my son, and then assaulted me. And then they escaped with my son Wesley's pet.
Oh, you mean they retrieved that thing that you stole from them after you hired a couple people to break into their house? How is that story gonna work out for you? And apparently Grizzly doesn't have peripheral vision, because they're right fucking there! And I think we all know where this is going. I'll send an apology to Alan Silvestri later. I just really wanted to think about a good movie for a change. Oh look, she's getting help from the Karate Kyle meme.
Hey, these hands and feet are lethal weapons. I get black belts in Kung Fu, Jiu-Jitsu.
Well, that's the worst episode of Kung Tai Ted ever. Maybe. Conveniently, they find her again, cause you know, New York is such a small place. And with Nowhere to Run still playing, and a DJ announcing an award for their capture, followed by people chasing them, does this want to be like the Warriors? Sorry about that, boppers. Good, they found a place to hide.
No, wait, stop!
What did you think was gonna happen when you hid in the back of a truck in a loading zone? Is everyone fucking stupid in this movie?
She's too smart for us. Nobody's smarter than Big Jake Grizzly.
You know, cause killing 2 out of 3 brain cells ain't bad. And I think that Hank is trying to out-creepy Meatloaf here. Let's make this more interesting.
Give me the power, I beg of you!
There is no form of black magic that could make a movie this evil. Now I definitely don't think the parents will ever find...
Am I glad to see you?
Thank goodness you're all right.
Who needs GPS when you have really shitty and utterly convenient screenwriting? And is that a dead hamster hanging from his neck? Grizzly loses them and reports back to the Riches.
Do you know where they were heading to?
Albany, it's the station closest to their house.
Great, so you know where they live. So just go there and let's get this fucking movie over with. It takes a real bad movie when a cutaway shot is of one of the actors getting loaded for no reason. And because the movie isn't annoying enough, it insists on using the bratty kid for the rest of the movie.
These guys couldn't catch a cold in the North Pole.
That's probably because going to the North Pole would kill off any cold virus.
We got rid of him! Just think, a whole evening, maybe more, without Wesley!
So is the rest of the movie just gonna be the parents fucking? Nope, it's just Wesley making damn sure that every audience member wants to hang themselves.
They gotta be somewhere.
Brilliant! Anyone could work that out. But where? You're working for my father. You do as I say.
Just... this fucking... Meanwhile, they bring us more inappropriate music that is the actual music playing on the soundtrack. Get it? Because her name is Amy, and the song is clearly about the on-again, off-again relationship between a girl and a Yeti. And of course they find out where they are. Just accept it at this point.
There's a shotgun in the trunk.
What? Why?
A shotgun?
My father never goes anywhere without a shotgun.
Is your dad also a serial killer? So far, a lot of this has very little to do with Hank the Yeti. Maybe that's why he starts stepping over lines.
You owe me $25,000 again.
Well, all I have is a pine cone left. I mean, I don't have any money. You've got it all.
But you know what? It's time to pack up the game and get ready for bed. It's late, okay?
Good night, Dad.
Good night, sweetheart.
Well, I can't complain. Hank has the best dialogue in the movie.
Oh, sorry, Hank. I can't hold my wife's hand.
No, that's exactly what he wants, because he's masturbating. The more I look at Hank, the more I realize that Chewbacca's dad really shouldn't have been given a spin-off movie. Grizzly breaks in, and the whole sequence is filmed like they're shooting in a dark room in which the cameraman and the actors cannot tell where in the fuck they're going.
I've got your mother and father. All you gotta do is bring me the Yeti, and they're released unharmed.
I got a better idea. Why don't you just kill all of them? This reminds me of the time I saved a girl from the son of an exploitation filmmaker. Weird flashbacks. And to show you how schizo the tone is, I'm going to show you a scene that's completely uncut that starts out feeling like something from a Nom flashback and ends in shtick.
She's gonna be hammering at that door. She's gonna be begging to get in. She's gonna be begging to get in, Wesley. Begging.
Wow, Hank, that's great. You do that while I get the rope.
Wow, it's like someone sat on the remote control during Full Metal Jacket and switched it over to Catch a Yeti! And just when I think this fucker's finally dead, no, he's not dead.
Get me out of here!
What are you doing in the hole, Wesley?
What do you think I'm doing in here, you fat idiot? Come on, hurry up!
Oh my god, if he were to get shot in the face, and I mean literally shot in the face, I would fucking applaud. This movie makes me pro snuff film. Amy tries suffocating them out, which totally works. He goes outside but leaves the parents in to suffocate.
I got a deal for you, though. You bring me the Yeti and I release your parents.
That was the original deal! Surely enough, they escape, but not so fast, Blubber.
Oh no!
Who made that? Whatever, this just leaves room for another chase scene.
Hurry up! They're gonna get away!
Why are you still a thing that exists on this planet? But with the cops on the family's side, surely that'll keep everyone safe.
They didn't tell you where they were going, did they?
Mentioned something about passports.
What the fuck is wrong with the human race? I refuse to believe that people are this stupid. Just the ones who wrote this movie. Only true demon spawns from hell could not only give us this script, but also a character like Wesley.
I can't believe how incompetent you are! That little girl has outsmarted you all along the line! And now you catch your parents, and she outsmarts you again!
Kill him.
World's greatest hunter, my foot! More like world's greatest jerk!
Kill him now.
Well, stay cool, kid.
I would like to think that he suffocated and died. That makes me happy. I hope they travel US Airways so someone will stick this movie up their vag. Remember those pre-9/11 days when you could try boarding a plane while carrying a shotgun and screaming like a madman?
What do you want? What do you think, my rabbit's foot's loaded? Ooh, I'm scared now, boy! Here, I got...
And with that goes the only shred of talent in this film. The family makes it to the Himalayas to say goodbye to Hank.
Pine cone. Thanks. What I always wanted.
Oh, it's so sad to see him say goodbye to that thing that he kind of tolerates. And look, he's not extinct! Actually, I'm okay with that. Hank was surprisingly not as annoying as I thought he would be. Thanks, Wesley.
He didn't wave goodbye.
Yetis don't wave goodbye. They're not human.
okay, passive-aggressive dad, but they can still walk, talk, and skateboard, and that makes sense to you? Speaking of Wesley...
Arnold,
Yes, darling?
what do you think ever became of Wesley?
You know, normally I would think that that's really cold and dark for this kind of movie, but I just spent the last hour with this kid, so I totally fucking get it.
If they get out of the country, you two morons are gonna get it in the neck!
And in case you're wondering if Hank is gonna wave goodbye to them, that's the last minute of the movie. Seriously.
Such a feeling's coming over me. There is wonder in most everything I see. Not a cloud in the sky, I got the sun in my eyes, and I won't be surprised if it's a dream. Everything I want the world to be is now coming true, especially for...
Okay, enough with the waving. Fuck off! And it never cuts back to the family, so for all I know, he's waving at nothing. And is that Top of the World playing?
I'm on the top of the world, looking down on creation and me.
Okay, so Meatloaf, the oddly placed soundtrack, and the lack of a shitty narrator makes this movie slightly better than Nuki. That's it. This is normally the part where I give a little backstory on the makers of the film and some behind-the-scenes stories. No, I'm not gonna do that here. The movie is over, I watched it, and now I'm gonna move on with my life and forget that it ever happened. No one should even have to know that To Catch a Yeti exists, even for the sake of an internet video. But I watched it, and I still got 2 more of these goddamn things to go.